I get asked all the time when I train AEs, hey, should I leave voicemails? Now here's the thing. Let's compare to other things like email open rate. Most may be a 20-50% open rate. A cold call connect rate is typically 5-10%, but a voicemail open rate typically is over 90%, right? Now, it doesn't mean they'll listen to it, but they'll at least read the transcript. So think about it. When you get a voicemail, you'll read the transcript first, and only if you're interested or your curiosity is piqued, will you actually listen to the voicemail for maybe more details or clarity? So I'm going to teach you in this short video my voicemail framework that gets me up to 70% callback rate consistently, in which then I'm booking over 90% of them. Now, I know there are a lot of skeptics out there, but every single person I've taught this to that does it consistently, the way I teach it, starts getting calls back. This is even strangers who have heard me on podcasts, interviews, whatever. And as they nail the tonality and pacing, the numbers skyrocket and they book far more meetings. So here's the framework. So ring, ring, you get their voicemail. And this is what you say. Hey name, it's Marcus. I'm calling reference to insert a current customer. Please call me back at your number, again, your number. That's it. Hang up. Very simple. So I'm going to go through it again, but I want you to listen carefully to my PITA. That's my pace, my inflection, my tonality, and my attitude. All right, so listen carefully. Hey Lisa, it's Marcus. I'm calling reference to Dynatrace. Please call me back at 541-221-9038. Again, 541-221-9038. Now, note carefully here how my tonality is neutral yet slightly firm. I don't sound salesy. I don't sound upbeat. I'm detached from the outcome. Now, what happens is when they get this voicemail, it triggers curiosity. That's a human trait that gets people to take action. This is why people will slow down the freeway to look at an accident, because they're curious, even though it has nothing to do with them. Now, let's talk about this in action. If you're going to use a strategy, I recommend using it at the very beginning of a sequence. I personally like 3 calls and 3 voicemails left with 2 to 3 days in between. When your prospects get 3 voicemails like this, it triggers that curiosity more and potentially FOMO, fear of missing out, which are powerful human emotions. If you do this consistently, you'll see your callback rate skyrocket. Now, if you want to know exactly what to say once they call back, so they actually book a meeting with you, comment 70 below, and I'll send you an 18-minute free training that breaks down exactly my entire script for the whole process.